Hello everyone, my name is Roberta. I'm a teacher here on Verbling, an English teacher, and today the topic is going to be personality and character. So today we're just going to be talking a little bit about what is personality, what is character. We're going to look at some idioms of personality and character. And I'm starting a little bit early today because I wanted to make sure that my camera and my definitely my camera is working now, and my microphone is working properly. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And it looks like we are being joined by Maha. Maha,
Teacher.
hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing well. It's morning here in the United States, and it's been kind of cold. It feels like it's going to be fall soon.
Yeah.
Where are you from,
I
Maha?
from Saudi Arabia.
Okay, well, welcome. Welcome to class. And am I
Thank
am I saying your name correctly?
What?
Am I saying your name correctly? Is it right?
Abdullah.
What is it?
Abdullah.
Oh, Abdullah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And we are also joined by Omar. Omar, I know where you are from, but can you share that with Abdullah today?
Yeah, of course. I'm from Egypt. I
Egypt.
work as yeah.
Okay, well, welcome. As I was saying before, so Omar, I took your advice about downloading a different browser, and it seems to be working much better. So thank you for your advice.
Okay, you're welcome.
And so far, can everyone see my camera? Everyone can see me, and everyone can hear me. Right? Everyone can see me right now?
Yeah.
Okay, just making
Yes.
sure. Good. So we have a couple of people that are joining us. Franco, where are you from?
Hello, can you
Hi.
hear me,
Yes,
Roberta?
I can hear you.
Nice to meet you. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice
Because
to meet
I
you.
heard it's morning right now.
What was that? Can you repeat?
I heard it's morning right now in the United States.
It is. Yeah, it's morning. It's very
Good
cold this
morning.
morning. It feels like fall. It feels like summer is over in the United
Oh.
States.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
So
very upset about that.
I know what you mean because I guess I am afraid it's going to be the fall in not long time here in Italy.
Okay, I was just going to ask you where you are from. So you are from Italy.
Yes, I am from Italy.
Okay, well, ciao and welcome.
Ciao.
Bienvenuti, right?
Grazie.
Okay, and we have, let's see, this person, your name is not coming up on mine. We have Mauricio. Mauricio, where are you calling from?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Where are you
I'm
from?
I'm from Argentina.
Argentina, okay. Well, welcome. Welcome to class. Andre.
Hi Roberta, how are you?
Hi. As you can see, you were here the last time I was having class, and my camera is working now,
Great.
right? So can you share with the class, where are you from?
I'm from Czech Republic.
Okay, thank you, and welcome to class.
Thank you.
And Marcos, where are you from?
Hello there. I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. Okay, and what is the weather like in Brazil right now?
It's warm.
Okay, is it usually pretty warm in Brazil?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Good. Um, and we heard from, so German, am I saying your name correctly?
And pronunciation in Spanish is Germán.
Germán?
with
Okay, and where are you
accent
calling
in the
from?
C. I'm from Mexico.
Mexico, okay. Very cool. Well, welcome to class.
Thank you.
Genesis, I am seeing your name is familiar. I remember you from before. Can you remind me where you are from? Genesis, can you hear me okay? Hello, Genesis. Okay, so it looks like maybe we're having a little bit of trouble on Genesis's end um, about the microphone. So what we're talking about today, the topic for today is personality and character. So today we are going to have a conversation about different idioms. We're going to learn idioms about personality and character. And we're also going to read about 9 different personality types. Is there anyone here familiar? This is definitely kind of advanced, but is anyone here familiar with the Myers-Briggs personality test? Does that sound familiar to anyone?
Yes,
Yeah, it's familiar, Herman?
I did a test before.
Okay,
I
so
I have
yeah, go ahead.
no. Tell me.
So you've taken the Myers-Briggs personality test. Have you taken it online or somewhere else?
No. When I were when I was taking a job, I took an exam.
Okay, so a lot of times they will give that test before you interview for a job, or to give you maybe or to give employers some information about your personality, really. So we have one person here that's familiar with it. There are 16 different types of personalities according to the Myers-Briggs personality test. But today we probably won't have time to go over all of them, so we're going to shoot for 9. But we might not be able to get through all of those because they are kind of detailed. But they're very interesting if you want to learn a little bit about yourself. So you'll be learning some different vocabulary there, and you'll also be hearing some different idioms that a lot of people use in English. So if you are talking to people in English, these are definitely some things that you can hear, or that you will hear a lot of. So I guess the first thing that I want to ask you, if you had to explain what is personality to someone who didn't know what that meant, what would you say? How would you explain that? I'm going to ask Andre.
It's a very difficult question. I don't know. Maybe personality is like a type of person who you are. That I mean, if you are, for example, optimist, pessimist, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good informal way of explaining what personality is, for sure. Does anyone have anything else that they want to add to that?
I would say, if I can,
Sure.
I would say that our personality is as a result of different factors, our background and our nature, and I think it's a very complicated combinations of different factors
It is. It's very
and
complicated.
unique.
It's very unique. Good. I definitely agree with that. I think that your personality comes from a lot of different things. It comes from who you were born as, maybe in your genetics, but it also comes from your experiences growing up. So good. Anything else? Anything else that anyone would like to add to that? If you don't, that's fine. I think that we sort of have a good intro, if just in case anyone isn't 100% sure about what personality is. So the next thing that I want to do is sort of ask you some introductory questions about personality, and I'll probably call on each one of you to answer one of these questions. So number 1, do you enjoy meeting new people? And I'm going to ask Abdullah. Do you enjoy meeting new people? Can you hear me, Abdullah? Okay, looks like
She's
maybe,
here.
okay. Marcos,
Hello.
hi. Do you enjoy meeting new people? This is some introductory personality questions. Do you enjoy meeting new people?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Can you say more? Why do you enjoy meeting new people?
Well, the experience of getting to know someone new, learning about the other person, their likes and dislikes, their culture, depending
Okay.
on the person lives.
Good, yeah. Some people do not like meeting new people. For some people, it's um, a source of stress and anxiety. So that's definitely an indicator of a part of your personality. Mauricio, do you enjoy meeting new people?
Yes, of course. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Because when you meet new people and you get to know the person, I don't know, depending on what you are doing, and I know, for instance, we are here in an English class and we are different people. You're a teacher and we are meeting each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fun.
Yeah, yeah. For some people, it is really fun to, meet new people and have to get to know other people's likes and dislikes. Good. Omar, do you enjoy meeting new people?
Yeah, of course, I do enjoy meeting new people.
Okay,
Like,
good.
because it's an opportunity to know like the different cultures, different traditions, habits, new languages, maybe to learn new languages.
Yeah, it's definitely, all of you are here because you want to learn a new language. So it's easy for me to assume that maybe you do like meeting new people because you're trying to learn a different language, a different culture. And a lot of people will do that because they want to meet new people and be able to interact with more people.
Yeah,
It looks
exactly.
like we have a new classmate, Adela. Adela, where are you calling from? Okay, so it looks like I'll give her a couple of minutes um, to broadcast in. Let's ask another question. Do you like helping people? Franco, do you like helping people?
Yeah, sure. I like helping people, and somehow I have to because it's related with my job. I am a healthcare assistant, and I look after uh, different kind of patients. So it's part of my job
Yeah,
to
definitely. If you work in
helping people.
healthcare, that's a big part of your job is helping people.
So it comes natural for me, and
Good.
doing this even when I'm not at work in my daily life.
Okay, yeah, definitely. It sounds like it comes naturally to you, and a lot of people in the healthcare field, it's necessary for them to sort of have a natural ability in that way. Good. Herman, do you like helping people?
Yes, and I do. When I
Okay,
can, yes.
okay, good. Let's move on to another question. Do you consider success or happiness as the most important thing in the world or in your life? So this question is definitely very telling about your way of thinking or personality. So success can be in your job, maybe in your personal life. Success could be money. Do you consider success or happiness as the most important thing in your life? And Omar, I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay, I think, in my opinion, I think it's happiness.
Okay. Can you
Because like
explain?
yeah, like you said, like you can be successful in your work, but like money is not everything. Like I think that you can buy happiness with money. You can buy like anything that you want, like, but not happiness. I think like happiness when you like have good relationships with your family, with your friends, like people love you.
Mm-hmm.
So in my opinion, I think it's happiness, not like I dream to be a successful, of course, in my work, but I love like to be happy more than to be a successful person.
Good. Yeah, yeah. That's exactly the kind of I'm glad that you understood the question fully, and I think that you answered it fully. Good. Mauricio, do you consider success or happiness as the most important thing in this world or in your life?
And in my case, I could say happiness is more important. And I don't know, because maybe if you're happy, you can be successful too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
maybe you are successful, but not happy. And
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe happiness, I think, is more important.
Okay. So we have two people that think that happiness is the most important. Does anyone here think that success is the most important?
Sí. I think
Herman?
I think both are important because it's both are part of the life, and they are in chain, you know, because if you have success, you are a successful person, or you made a degree or something,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to have happiness in instant, for instance. Yes?
Yeah, yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying. So I think you're saying that both of those things are connected and that sometimes you can't have one without the other.
Yes.
Okay, good. Does anyone else think that success is also more important?
Well, it may not be the most important thing, but it helps a lot.
Okay, so it's not the most important, but it definitely helps. I think a lot of people would say that it's a mix of both, kind of like that.
Exactly.
Good. Let's
Yeah.
go to the next question. Oh, does someone else have something else
No,
they want to
no.
add?
I just wanted to add this. I agree with other people's opinion. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, happiness doesn't depend on success. And I would say that if you have a happiness, despite you don't have success currently, but you will get it anyway sooner or later if you
Okay.
have happiness,
Okay.
despite all. Yes,
So one thing might come easier if you have the other thing.
yes, I think
Okay.
so.
Good. Yeah. I think that's a good way an optimistic way to look at life. Um, the next question, do you think that it's okay to make mistakes? Some people are get very upset if they make mistakes, and they view it as something that's very, very bad. It's one of the worst things is to make a mistake. You should be 100% right all of the time. Does anyone think here that it's okay to make mistakes? Adela, can you hear me yet?
Yes, sometimes I make a mistake in class. For example, I wrong or I am a teacher. It's possible to have a mistake. It's not a problem to accept. Oh, it's not good.
So
I wrong.
you are a teacher?
Yes,
Okay. So, and yes, I agree. Sometimes we do make mistakes.
and it, it's not a problem. I don't upset with the mistake. You change if you run or if you have a mistake. It's not a problem. To
Yeah,
accept is good, I
I
think.
think that's a healthy way to look at this question. Good. Does anyone else have something to add to this question?
Yeah, I agree with Adela, and making mistake is kind of part of the process in order to learn new things.
Mm-hmm.
It's through the mistakes that you're going to understand what works and what doesn't work.
Good. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely think that that's also a healthy way to look at that question. It's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Number 5, are you easily bored? I'm going to ask, let's see, Andre, Are you easily bored?
By who or by which board do you mean?
Okay, so
In general?
bored, do you understand what bored means? So bored means that, I guess by this question, do you find yourself bored a lot? Or does it take some work for you to not be bored? Do you have to make sure that you always have something planned or you will be bored?
I think I understand your question.
Okay.
Sometimes, of course, sometimes I'm bored, but I usually want to choose everything which would be interesting for me. So yes, I can be easily bored by something, but I always try to not not to not to be bored.
Okay. So you always try not to be bored,
Yes,
and it
yes,
can sometimes happen.
yes,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah, sure. I think we all get kind of bored sometimes. Herman, is it easy for you to be bored with something?
Mm, bored like when you are tired.
So bored means you say, "Oh, this is so
Ah, yeah.
boring,"
Yes.
right?
Okay. I got it.
Okay.
Yes. When it's just something that I don't like it.
Okay. So if it's something you don't like, then maybe you might be a little bit bored.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that's one question that sort of might be indicative or might let you know a little bit of something about personality. Because some people are not very easily bored. Some people can sort of sit there and think about something and seem like they're not really doing anything, and their mind is going, we say 500 miles a minute, right? What about the next question? Do you like to fix or repair things? So imagine that you have so I have a pen right here. Imagine this pen, it breaks, and I say, oh, I want to try and fix this before I throw it away. I like taking things apart and looking at them from the inside and then trying to put it back together again. Who here likes to fix or repair things?
I
Herman?
I have to repair two things today. Yes, I like it.
Okay, yeah. Some people, if they had to repair things, they would say, oh, I have to repair something. But you like doing things like that.
Yes, I do because I learn and um, I just get a little happiness before uh, after I do.
Okay, so it makes you happy to fix something, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I like
Um,
it.
yeah,
I
Adela?
like to fix, to repair something at home, for example, or a GPS or a
Wow.
smartphone. I like to open
You
to
were able to fix a GPS.
yes, because sometimes there are problems or contacts. I open. Uh, it's it's my problem because my husband don't like I open same
Okay.
device, electronic device. No.
Okay, but you like to, I'm very impressed that you were able to fix a GPS because those seem very difficult to fix for me.
Yes, but you open uh, the contacts, or you clean a little.
Okay.
It's not.
And we
After
would say
that,
that,
don't work too. Don't
yeah.
work.
Oh, it still didn't work?
No, I don't repair, but I open.
Okay, but you
Yeah,
learned something from that.
yes.
We would say that maybe if you find that very satisfying to fix something or open it up and look at it and try and learn something, we would say that you find that satisfying.
Yeah.
Okay. The last question that I have before we learn a little bit about some idioms, do you like to be active throughout your day? So for some people, their jobs require them to sit in front of a computer and not walk around and not really do a lot physically throughout the day. If that would be something that would bother you, or if you like to walk around and you like to be very physical and active throughout the day, that sort of means something about who you are. So, do you like to be active throughout the day? I'm going to ask Omar. Do you like to stay active throughout the day, or are you okay with sort of just maybe if you had to sit in front of a computer, you would be okay with that? Which one do you think you are?
Honestly, I used to be very active, but I used to work as a technical support in a company, so I used to sit in front of my computer a lot. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I
so
like to be active, like to sometimes to go to the gym, to work out, to run, stuff like that.
okay. Yeah, so maybe it's a mix of a little bit for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Andre, do you like to stay active throughout the day?
Yes, absolutely. For me, it's very important. I need to have some goal, today goal, and if I have it, I'm happy and I can be active. Because without this, I just don't feel good when I just sitting in front of computer and reading non-important articles and so on. So I like to
Sure.
be active.
Yeah, for some people it's okay. They can sit in front of a computer, but for some people it's very important. It's almost like painful for them to sit in front of a computer all day.
Yeah.
And I know people that are both ways. Franco,
Yes.
do you like to be active throughout the day?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, I like to stay active. Despite my job, it can be very tiring and stressful some days.
Mm-hmm.
And even after my night shifts, I keep staying active for the rest of the day. Um,
Okay. Is it hard for you to rest after you come home from work?
uh, no, it depends. But by the way, after night shifts, for example, I can't sleep during the day. I can't rest. And I am able to rest only the following night, the next night, but not
Okay.
during the day.
Yeah, for some people, it's very hard for them to sort of come down off of if they have a job that requires them to do a lot of things mentally or physically. It's hard for them to come down and rest after that. So I think that's kind of common. Good. Anything else to add to that? Okay. So we sort of got a little bit of introductory questions about our personality. The next thing that we're going to look at is a short reading about some different idioms about personality and character. So I'm going to pull that up and we're going to look at that together. Can everyone see this? Does anyone
Yes.
have problems
Yes.
seeing it?
Please.
Fine, but could you make it bigger, teacher?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Let me see. All right. Is that a little bit better? That's looks like the most that I can kind of
Roberta, could you
yes.
share the link with us?
Sure. Let me see. Try that.
Wait up.
Let me know if you are having trouble looking at that. Okay. Is that a little bit better?
For me
Yes.
not. I have some problems. I cannot open it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
asking
asks
for
for
permission.
request access.
It requires
Mm.
a permission.
Okay. All right. Because it's looking like it's not really allowing me to zoom in anymore, which is a little bit weird because I'm able to do it with my other documents. Can you guys read it, or is it's still like way too small?
For me, it's too small.
Okay.
I could read, but it's really small.
Okay.
Maybe you can try to push a control button and scroll wheel on the mouse.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to do right now, and that's all the farther it's going.
Teacher, there is an option in the Google and the up side to and the right to the right. Did you see the 3 lines?
3 lines.
Up the screen and the right.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
There is an option there.
Okay, let me see the 3 lines. Oh, zoom.
Screen bigger.
Is that better?
Yeah, a lot better.
Much better.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, good. Thank you, guys. All right, let me
You're welcome.
up again. And thank you for your patience. Let's see. So, are you able to see then? Whoop. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to look at the conversation at the top first. Very, very sensitive. Can you read it now? Is that an okay size?
Yes,
I can read it.
Okay. So I'm going to have Lori, you are going to be Omar, and Julia, you are going to be, or Franco, you are going to be Julia. So let's read the first conversation.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So you can go ahead and start. So Omar, you're going to be reading for Lori.
Okay. I met your friend John last night. He's got a chip on his shoulder, hasn't he?
He comes across like that at first, but then you realize he's shy. Actually, he is the salt of the heart.
Earth.
Earth.
Good.
Okay. Really? He didn't seem very nice at all.
Believe me, John has a great of gold. No, as a heart of gold, and he is as kind as they come.
Yeah. He barely talked to anybody and stood there looking angry.
He is a man of few words, that's true, but he doesn't have a nasty bone in his body.
Okay, so those are some idioms that we are going to be looking at. And those are some pretty common idioms in American language when they talk about personality and character. If you're talking about someone, these are some different phrases that a lot of people use. So that's sort of used in context. Let's look at some positive character idioms. So positive means if you were talking about someone in a positive way, in a good way, you're talking about how great somebody is or how nice someone is. And then we're going to look at negative character idioms, where if you are talking about someone maybe in a bad way, or you're talking about someone that you might not like very much, those are some negative character idioms. So let's look at some positive character idioms. And I think Abdullah, I don't think Abdullah is still here. Mauricio, can you read those positive character idioms?
Yes, have a heart of gold. To have a kind and generous character. The opposite is a heart of stone.
Good.
At peace with yourself, to feel calm and relaxed about your life.
Good.
At your best, showing your best characteristics. Blessed with something, to have that positive quality. Salt of the earth, good ordinary people. And a man or person of few words, a person who does not talk unnecessarily.
Good. So if you are saying someone is very, very nice and generous, you might say, oh, that person just has a heart of gold. Okay, it doesn't mean that their heart is literally made out of gold, right? It just means that that person is very nice. If you are at peace with yourself, you feel calm and relaxed, you might feel good about your life if you are at peace with yourself. Are there any other here that you maybe have some questions about before we move on to negative character idioms? Okay, let's look at some negative character idioms. Let's hear from Herman.
Okay, negative character idioms. Have a chip on your shoulder, to get angry or upset easily because you feel you have been treated unfairly.
Okay, good.
Hmm?
And can you read the next one?
Character idioms that
Oh, no,
and
there's one right
oh,
next to that.
okay, full of yourself, thinking that you are important in a way that annoys other people,
Annoys.
and noise. Okay,
So
and
annoy means it bothers other people. Other people might not like it. So have a chip on your shoulder is a very, very common idiom that we use in America, and it's very strange if you think about what that literally would look like. But it really just means if I have a chip on my shoulder, you would know it. I would seem very angry. I would seem very annoyed and bothered. And you can tell if someone else has a chip on their shoulder if they seem kind of angry or upset easily. If you are full of yourself, it just means that maybe you're sort of selfish if you are full of yourself. Okay? Any questions about those before we move on to the next one? Let's look at character idioms that can be negative, positive, or neutral. Neutral just means it doesn't mean that it's negative or positive. Okay, it's sort of in the middle. Let's hear from Marcos.
Okay. Not have a friendly, honest, selfish bone in your body. To not be friendly, honest, selfish.
Okay, good.
As friendly, honest, selfish as they come. Extremely friendly, honest, selfish, etc.
Good.
Have a thick skin. To not be sensitive to personal criticism.
Good. Criticism.
Criticism.
Good.
Something that is in your blood, a central part of your character. Be yourself, to behave in a way that is natural to you. Come across as something, to seem to have a particular attitude or character.
Good. So an example of something that is in your blood. So for example, Franco, you said that helping people comes naturally to you. You could say that helping people is in your blood. That's a way that you could use that idiom. You could say it's in my blood. You could also say I am myself at work. That means that you are behaving in a way that is naturally or natural to you when you are at work. Okay?
Yes. Right.
So not have a friendly, honest, or selfish bone in your body. If someone is very, very selfless, if someone helps people a lot, you could say that, oh, they do not have a selfish bone in their body. Okay? It sounds sort of weird, but those are actually some very common idioms that we use in English when we talk about different people. Does anyone have any questions before we move on to a short quiz? Okay, so I'm going to pull up a quiz about, let's see, and I might need to, is this big enough for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone can see it and it's okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good, good, I'm glad. So let's look at some different questions about the idioms that we just looked at. So number 1, Linda has a chip on her shoulder. Does that mean A, Linda is hungry, B, Linda gets angry easily, C, Linda has many friends, or D, none of those answers? Mauricio, do you know the answer to number 1?
And yes, I think it's Linda gets angry easily.
Good, yep. So that one was kind of easy. Linda gets angry easily. Good. She has a chip on her shoulder. Number 2, I want to hear from, let's see, Adela.
I was not at my best during the TOEFL last week. A, I was feeling sick during the TOEFL last week. B, I was not friendly during the TOEFL last week. C, I was not showing my best ability and characteristic during the TOEFL last week. And D, none of the above is the C.
C, good. So for those of you who don't know, I think most of you probably know what the TOEFL is. It's an English test. And if you are saying, I was not at my best during the TOEFL, you're saying I wasn't showing my best abilities and characteristics. So good. Number 3, Andre.
You need to have a thick skin if you want to succeed in business. I think that the none of the above. Of the above.
Of the above. Okay.
Above.
Good. So the one answer was you need to be friendly, you need to be good with money, you need to be angry. Okay, so yeah, I agree. D, none of the above. What does a thick skin mean, Andre?
It means that they not to be so sensitive.
Okay, so not to be
succeed in
sensitive.
business.
Yeah. What's the opposite? Can you think of an opposite word for sensitive? This is a hard one.
I don't know.
Okay, so you can say you need to be tough.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Can you please write it down in chat?
Sure. So, tough.
Thank you.
Sure. So, you need to be tough to succeed in business. Number 4, let's hear from, let's see, Herman.
He is full of himself. He is selfish.
Yep, so you think
That's
it's
it.
number A?
Yes.
Okay, so he is full of himself, he is selfish. Good. Number 5, she is at peace with herself. Franco.
Yeah, I would say C. She feels calm and relaxed about her life.
Good, good, good. And number 6, they are the salt of the earth. Let's hear from Marcos.
Letter C, they are good and ordinary people.
Good, yeah, they're good, ordinary people. Now we have some fill in the blank. This is a little bit more difficult. Let's look at the directions. Use the idioms from the box to complete the following sentences. You may need to change some words to fit the context of the sentence. So you might need to change the word in parentheses to fit the rest of the sentence. Okay, does everyone understand the directions? Okay, so number 1, I'm going to ask Adela. Number 1,
At first, yes.
Yep, go ahead.
He seems full of. However, if you get to know him, he's very generous.
Okay, so for this one you have to change the word in parentheses. At first, he seems
full of him.
So you would say, no? You're very, very close. It would be full of himself.
Himself.
Okay, so you're very, very close.
Okay. Okay.
So you would say, at first he seems full of himself. However, if you get to know him, he is very generous.
He's very generous.
Okay. Good, good, good. Number 2, I'm going to ask Andre.
To be a nurse, you must be mm,
So a nurse is someone who works in
you
the...
must be blessed with patient, for example.
Yeah. Patience and gentleness. So if you're a nurse, you work in the healthcare field. So you would say, to be a nurse, you must be blessed with. It must be something that sort of comes a little bit more easily to you. Good. Number 3. Let's see. Omar.
What a mean person. It seems he doesn't.
So if you're not sure about it, you can say, I'm not quite sure, and can I do the next one?
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like he's rude, but I don't know. Like maybe full of himself.
Okay. So in the first sentence, it says, what a mean person. In the next sentence, it seems he doesn't. What is one of the idioms that we talked about where that says this person doesn't have something? So if you are mean, it means you might be selfish. Okay, this one's definitely a trickier one. Does anyone else think that they might know the answer to number 3?
Have a bad bone in your body.
So this is the one about having a type of bone in your body. What can we say in those parentheses that fits? Because if you say, oh, what a mean person...
Have a good or a generous bone in your body.
Exactly. So you would want something that's sort of the opposite of the adjective in the first sentence. What a mean person. It seems he doesn't have a nice or generous bone in his body. Okay? Does that make sense? Anyone have any questions about that? Okay, number 4. Let's hear from Marcos.
Okay. I used to be very insecure about my appearance, but now I am at peace with myself.
Good, perfect. And I like that you changed the word in parentheses to fit the context of the sentence. Good. Number 5, he is a good presenter, but in social situations he is what? Who thinks they might know this one?
I would say full of himself.
Sure. Well, hold on. Did we? Because I think we might have an extra one. Because full of himself, do you remember, was in the first one? Was in number 1. So number 5, he is a good presenter, but in social situations, if you are very good at talking, usually, but sometimes you are not so good at talking, or maybe sometimes you don't talk very much. Good. Yeah, so you can say he is a good presenter, but in social situations or in situations where this person might have to do a lot of conversations, he is a man of few words. Okay? Good. Any questions about those? Okay. So for the next thing that we're going to do, I'm going to pull up some different explanations of different personalities, and we will be looking at like I said, there are 16, but we're only going to probably have time to look at about 9 of them. Okay, so I'm going to pull up some different types of personalities, and while we are talking about them, I want you to be writing down some notes, and if there is a personality that we talk about that you say, wow, that describes me perfectly, okay, I want you to make a note and write that down. So at the end, if we have some time, you can share with the class which personality you think that you are. And I will also share a website that talks about all of them, or that includes all 16. So if you want to look through all 16 of the personality descriptions, you can do that. Okay? So I'm going to pull up different types of personalities, and Is this clear for everyone? Everyone can see this clearly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. So let's look at if you've never seen Myers-Briggs personality test before, they are organized by these 4 letters, okay? And this letter, the first letter means something, the second letter means something, and the third letter and the fourth letter all mean something different. So if you are a combination of these 4 different things, you are a certain type of personality, okay? So let's start with the first one. Omar, can you read about the duty fulfiller? And some of these words are kind of difficult. So if you come across a word that's a little bit more difficult, it's okay. I'll help you through it. Okay, so Omar, you can go right ahead.
Okay. Serious and quiet, interested in security and peaceful living, extremely thorough, responsible and dependable, well-developed power of concentration, usually interested in supporting and promoting traditions and establishments, well-organized and hardworking. They work steadily towards an
Good.
identified goals. They can usually accomplish any task once they have set their mind to it.
So this person, to sort of generalize and sort of summarize what this person might want to do, this person is very concentrated on doing jobs and finishing a job, okay? And it says they can usually accomplish any task once they have their mind set to it, okay? So if that sounds like you, maybe make some notes and say, I might be ISTJ, okay? The next one, let's hear from Franco.
Okay, ESTP, the mechanic. Quiet and reserved, interested in how and why things work. Excellent skills with mechanical things. Risk takers who they live for the moment. Usually interested in and talented at extreme sports. Uncomplicated in their desires. Loyal to their peers and to their internal value systems, but not overly concerned with respecting laws and rules if they get in the way of getting something done. Detached and analytical, they excel at finding solutions to practical problems.
Okay, so these people might be really good at finding solutions to their problems. They're also typically good at extreme sports. Can anyone explain to me, what are extreme sports? What does that mean?
Like
Marcos?
radical
Extreme
sports?
sports.
Yeah?
Yeah, a sport with a lot of risk.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so Adele, Adela, so a sport with a lot of risk. Maybe it might be dangerous. Sometimes people might, it might be something that,
With
yeah,
a
go
lot
ahead.
of adrenaline.
Adrenaline,
Really,
yeah,
yes.
good word, yeah. Adrenaline rush. Sometimes we call them adrenaline junkies because it's almost like an addiction to adrenaline.
Yeah.
But they might be very good at sports that are a little bit dangerous. Okay, let's look at ISFJ, the nurturer, and let's hear from Mauricio.
Okay, and the nurturer, and quiet, kind, and conscientious.
Conscientious. That's a difficult word.
Conscientious.
So let's try that one more time. Conscientious.
Conscientious.
Okay, you're closer. Very much closer. Good.
And can be dependent. Can be dependent on to following through. Usually
Good.
puts the needs of others above their own needs. Stable and practical, they value security and traditions. Well-developed sense of space and function. Rich inner world of observations about people. Extremely perceptive of others' feelings. Interested in serving others.
Okay, so if you ever find yourself saying, "Oh, I can really tell that that person or my friend is feeling sad today. Some people maybe are not very perceptive of the way that others are feeling. If you often find yourself saying, oh, I can really tell that that person is maybe not interested in what I'm saying, or that person is, I can tell that that person is maybe having a tough day today. Maybe you might be a little bit of a nurturer, which is ISFJ. Okay. ISFP. Let's hear from Andre.
The artist. Quiet, serious, sensitive, and kind. Do not like conflict and not likely to do things which may generate conflict. Loyal, and faithful. Extremely well-developed senses and aesthetic appreciation for beauty. Not interested in leading or controlling others. Flexible and open-minded. Likely to be original and creative. Enjoy the present moment.
Okay, so the artist is, I think, sort of what you would think an artist would sort of be like. If someone that really likes painting or sculpture or those creative kinds of things, this sort of describes someone like that. So if you like drawing, if you like maybe writing, if you like poetry, this might be something that sort of describes you a little bit, the artist. INFJ, the protector. Let's hear from Marcos.
Okay. Quietly forceful, original, and sensitive. Tend to stick to things until they are done. Extremely intuitive about people and concerned for their feelings. Well-developed value systems which they strictly adhere to. Well respected for their perseverance in doing the right thing, likely to be individualistic rather than leading or following.
Okay, so this person might be sort of on their own. They might prefer to do what they want to do rather than leading other people or following someone else. Okay, so if that sounds like you, if you are quietly forceful, original, sensitive, if you tend to stick to things or tend to want to finish something and not leave it unfinished, that might describe you a little bit, the protector. INFP, the idealist. Let's hear from Herman.
Quiet.
Herman, I think maybe your
Sorry.
microphone.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Reflective and idealistic.
Good.
Interested in serving humanity. Well-developed value system, which they strive to live in accordance with. Extremely loyal, adaptable, and laid back unless a strongly held value is treated. Usually talented writers, mentally quick, and able to see possibilities. Interested in understanding and helping people.
Okay, so the idealist might be very interested in understanding and helping people. Okay, let's read one more, INTJ, the scientist, because then I think we're going to have to, and then I want you guys to sort of share quickly which ones you think that you might be out of the ones that we've read. There are very, very many, but this is just a short little introduction to some of these personalities. Adela, can you read INTJ, the scientist?
Independent, the scientist, independent, original, analytical, and determined, have an exceptional ability to turn theory into solid plans of action. Highly value knowledge, competence, and structure. Driven to derive meaning for their vision. Remembrance thinkers have very high standard for their performance and the performance of the other. natural leader, but will follow if they trust existing leader.
Good. Okay. So, like I said, there are a lot of different personalities, but I'm going to take these off based on the ones that we've read. Which one do you think you might more or most closely identify with? Omar, which one do you think is closest to you based on just what we've read?
I think the first one, but I can't remember what was the name.
Okay, so the first one is the duty fulfiller. So
Yeah,
you like
this one.
to get jobs done.
Exactly.
Okay, all right, good. Franco, which one do you think is closest based on just what we've read?
Yeah, I can say the idealist, indeed.
Okay. And why do you think that might be closest to what your personality, just based on what we read?
Because I think it's kind of a middle way between the first one, I mean, being, how can I say, accurate in pursuing, for example, tasks or, for example, different kind of works, but at the same time, creative and a kind of pioneer, for example, in finding out solutions for
Good, yeah.
different options.
So you look at different solutions, not just what is set in front of you.
I like to be creative.
Good, yeah. Good, good, good. Mauricio, which one do you think you might be?
And I think the same, the idealist.
Okay, sure, yeah. Okay, so the idealist. Good. Andre, which one do you think is closest?
I would choose INTJ, scientist, the last one.
Okay, scientist. Cool. And why do you think so?
Oh, I think I'm a little analytical and I like thinking about things, how to do things, and I'm a little individualist, so maybe it could be this.
Okay, good, good. So kind of a mix of all of those. Marcos, which one do you think you might be?
It would be hard to pick only one because I took some notes here and I kind of got a 2 or 3 of each one.
Yeah, well, I just gave you guys a link so that you can actually look at all of the types. And I think on that website that I sent you, there's also a test that you can take. So that will sort of help to narrow it down. If you had to choose just one, which one do you think, based on just what we've read?
Well, probably the first one.
Okay. So we have a couple of the duty fulfiller. Good.
Yeah.
Herman, which one do you think you might be is closest to what you think?
The protector.
Protector. Okay. So you think
Yes.
you're more the protector personality.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. Adela,
I choose the last, the scientist.
the scientist. So we have a couple of scientists as well.
Because I am biologist, in my career is about the science. I think I like to find the reasons to have the solution for a problem, to analyze. I think is the best.
Good. Yeah. So I think it seems like you've sort of thought a little bit about yourself and then chose one that sort of fits with that. Good. So as I said before, if you guys can click on that link and look at the different types, on that website is also, I believe there's a test on there. It says it's truity.com/view/types, and there is personality types at the top, and there's also tests and quizzes, and I believe some of those are related to the things that we just talked about, the different personality types. Okay? So I guess that would be your homework, is to really try and figure out which one of these 16 personality types you might be. And there are so many different combinations, okay? And it can sort of help you to get a little bit or understand a little bit more about yourself, okay? Does anyone have any questions before we end for the day? Okay, so if you don't have any questions, thank you for discussing personality and character with me, and I hope you learned a little bit about some different idioms of personality and character that you can use next time you're trying to describe yourself or somebody else. Okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye everyone. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay. Bye. Okay.